All right. It's great. Devlog number 2. I haven't done one of these in a while. Thought I just heard myself. Anyways, I need to make some changes. There's this breakable crate object that I need to change because uh, make the hitbox bigger. So as you know, there's been some changes to the game. Originally, what was an RPG became a Crash Bandicoot style platformer. I've updated that. Perfect. I've updated that on the itch.io page so you can see that. However, development is going great. You can see there's some god rays in the background. I added those. Simple Frasnel. I just did some funky Frasnel stuff. There's some basic like progression stuff. I also added this. So you can get a game over now. And of course, as you know, there's the title screen, which going to the title screen will take you to the title screen. The prototype 31026. This is 16 days out of date. Hello, your build is 16 days out of date. I don't know. Nobody picked up. View opening. Opening doesn't do anything. I'm working to add some controller support to this game. I mean, I have a controller right here, but the support for this control... I mean, you can control the player using the controller just fine. That's not the problem here. It's mainly with the UI. It's very difficult to control the player via... It's very difficult to control the UI via the controller. That is a problem. Can you show me collision? Oh, yeah. What? Yeah. Okay, I know how to fix that. We are going to go back to... Oh, you can see there's some more folders. I changed some folder stuff. Geometry. Right, sorry, forgot about that. This is gonna need to be complex as simple. You can see that these god rays are literally just cylinders. Or sorry, cones. My bad. These are fun little objects, and they're actually just copied and pasted multiple times, which I think is very funny. Not many changes have been made to the game. Oh, yes. Since the last devlog, there's been some big changes since the last devlog. The entire world map here was completely reworked. Now, this water bugs me. It does. It does bug me just a little bit. It's too dark, don't you think? But, I don't know. We'll figure something out for this. It looks really good, though. But I mean, like, in terms of the game's development, we've gotten past some basic fundamental stuff. You can see the barrels work. These flowers, if you run into them, you run them over. So what I'd like to work on today is the battle system. Let me see if I can actually pull this up. Oh yeah, this guy. Oh, wait. Oh. I actually forgot about that. Oh. That's right, the Y button is interact. The Guidebook of 1995 permits people, does not permit people to make giant biomechanical mechs. Fair enough. Let's see. Alright, so the battle system. This is just a workup for level 1. Get the content browser off my screen. Alright, I gotta change this water texture to water. It definitely looks a little more realistic. A little less stylized. Which I think looks cool. It also makes more sense visually. Okay, so when you start a battle, this is what you'll see. Fight graphic, and then you can't do anything. I want to make it so you can do stuff. So that's precisely what I'm going to do. Oh, okay. So right now there's an empty event graph. This is the character. This is Melli. Yeah. This is Melli. This is Melli's sprite. These were actually from a completely different RPG of mine. Melli is not new. Is not a new character. I developed Melli way back in like 2023. 2024, I should say. Early 2024 is when I first drew up Melli, I suppose. And this is not the first Melli game. It's the first public Melli game. I don't think I need event play. If I need it in the future, I'll grab it. I'm a compulsive compiler. Okay, so actually what I'm going to do, I am going to impose barriers. Just in case the players find some way to break out or glitch out of the battle area. Okay. Now, I made these characters walk around and do stuff some way in my original system. But it's a little unpolished. So I suppose we can try that. we're going to need a UI for this. So we're going to do precisely that. Here's the thing. Okay, I got it. I'm going to place an image here. It's going to be 150 by 150. It's going to be at the very top, right there. Now, out of said image, there will be... Nope. Another image of which will be out of here. I suppose it doesn't really matter. I would like this to be a gear. Let's whip something up real quick. Oh, here's a poison mushroom. And if it looks pixelated, it's a particle. Almost all the particles in this game are like 32 pixels by 32 pixels. We're going to create a new one. I'm going to create a new image. This being a GUI. This game is designed for 1080p. We're going to do 512 pixels by 512 pixels, which will be plenty. So what I think we'll do, I think we use this. Perfect. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this color. Yeah. Wait, hold on. I'm going to shrink this by 30. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Simple. I don't think it really matters. I mean, we can try and overcomplicate this, but I really think this is probably just going to be the best way to do this. Hold on. I don't think it matters. Battle indicator. I'm gonna need to shove you somewhere in here. And it is considered good practice to action banner. action category. That's enemy. Enemy. Enemy portrait. Perfect. Now, this is your action banner. This is where you do the fighting. So, when you're trying to attack, I'm pointing my mouse cursor around, like you can see my mouse cursor, but you can't. So, here, this is where you do all of your combat stuff. So we're going to add a horizontal box. There. I'm going to add a button. This is just a placeholder. I haven't developed the icons for this yet, obviously. So it's just it's a bunch of buttons. There were planned to be 4 buttons, so we can make a padding of 5. Sorry. Nope. Select all of these, make a padding of like 5. This doesn't need to be full. It just needs to be left 5. Right 5. 15. Okay. I'm just gonna like 50. I was kind of for the battle. I mean, you could also call it a battle reel. I call it a action banner, or like a battle ribbon. I was also kind of inspired by like 35 millimeter film for this. I might be able to pull up the concept art. Let me see. Hold on. Give me a second. Here. This is the concept art that I put up. So if you look here, I mean, there it is. There it is. That's the, there's a banner. I believe my concept was exactly how I imagined it. So here, I'm just going to put some very crude text. Kick. That's it. That's the text. That's all I'm going to do. I mean, in these first demos, it's going to be keyboard only. Keyboard and mouse only. But eventually, for the actual release, I would like to add controller support. I have no idea how to make it so you can navigate these menus. So help with that would be greatly appreciated, because I have no idea. There should be an image in here. I'll put like a 70. In the very center, there should be some kind of image dictating what is going on. Action. Type. Right. So actually, wait a second. Everything's already in the Oh. Hua. I can't. I'm just setting it so that the mouse cursor is visible on the screen. I have to make it so that these, when hovering, hover. And when you click them, yeah. Okay. So when you load in here, yeah. Okay. I should. I should create. Actually, no, I could probably use a function for this. Get it out of the main area. Hide, or sorry, disable. Disable action buttons. We should take. Hello? Right, these buttons need to be variables. I totally forgot about that. Okay. We need to disable is enabled. I plug all these in here. False. Then we'll duplicate this one and call it enable action buttons and turn them all on. Okay. I don't need these open. Okay. So we should create a function for getting enemy health. To do that, we're probably going to need to create a battle manager. I'm setting up a lot. I'm setting up a lot of work for myself. We can create a battle manager though. Could be useful. So create a battle system. We'll create an actor named BP underscore battle manager. I'll just give it a box collision, but this doesn't actually, just to know where it is. We don't need event tech. For event begin play, we want to write. Oh, wait, that doesn't work. Does it? We can try it. Shouldn't it? Okay, whatever. Here's what I think. We should store. We should get. Get a battle manager, the only battle manager. And we're going to promote this to a variable named battle manager reference. And what we should do can I get like a generic player reference? Just give us a bunch of references. Set the player reference to self. Okay. We will get. Okay, we're also probably going to need another one. We'll call this enemy reference. And this. Ooh, this one's useful. This allows us to make everything so much easier. So this is this guy here. We also want to get a we also want to get one of these. And we want to set its enemy reference. Oh. To self, because this allows us to basically create a central hub where if we need information from all over the battle area, we can just go to the battle manager and it pretty much has a library of a ton of different stuff. So it makes my job easier. Makes everything sort of modular in a way. Okay, so we're going to place a battle manager into the map. I should create a enemy spawner instead of just relying on the fact that it's a it's always going to be a Spyco enemy. We should create a enemy spawner that looks at the battle information packet. Okay. This battle manager. Ooh. 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 This is why I think doing this is not the greatest idea. This here. I'm going to remove this. And I'm going to hand it off to the... Actually, I can create a function for this, can't I? Doesn't need to be in the event graph. Create widgets. More specific. Create battle widgets. Perfect. Now, well, what we'll do is we will grab the battle manager reference and we will get widgets of class. Perfect. Battle HUD reference. Set the battle HUD reference to this. Perfect. I feel, hold on. I'm going to move this. I would like this to be closer to its act. Okay. Then we'll call this function. Should operate normally. Yep. However, now we have information. I didn't get an error, so we're good to go. Okay. This thing houses a bunch of variables, but doesn't do much. We should get a game instance reference. Get references. Get the game instance reference, of which then we can. I mean, what else? What else do we get? We should make the enemy spawner. Let's do that. Oh, we don't what? Hold on. I forgot what I was doing. Create a custom event named spawn enemy. Oh, we got to go to the game instance. These are all the kinds of stuff. Prototype 26. We're going to need to create a variable name. Battle enemy name. Nope. Get battle enemy name. Enemy spawner. Well, actually, we can probably pass this along, right? Just anything that we can do at the start of the battle goes right in here. So we would actor of class. I am uncomfortable with how many get actor of classes there are here. I may change this in the future. Hold on. Let me explain why this made me uncomfortable at the time. Alright, so let me explain here. This is the node in question that I used. A get actor of class. Now, the reason why this makes me uncomfortable is because this node gets and basically searches through the entire level for an actor. This one is less of a problem, mostly because it only finds the first actor in that level. However, when you start including stuff like this, you get into bigger problems. Now, I would say these are the main three of the get actors of class group. But there's also get all actors of class. Get all actors of class literally says this is a very slow operation as it will search over every actor in the entire world. However, what I did, this is not that big of a problem. It would be a problem if I had done something like this. That's a problem. But what I did there was not so bad. It's a little messy, but it works, and it's not going to cause any major issues. Enemy spawner. We will... Wait a second. Wait a second. Oh, wait, sorry. We're thinking about this all wrong. Or I'm thinking about this all wrong, actually. Why would I do... I could just pass that off. Enemy spawn name. I could just... get an enemy spawner reference. Sure, why not? And we'll get the name, set the enemy spawner name to game instance reference, and we'll get the name. Because remember, there's no real persistence in Unreal Engine. I wish I could do like persistent levels and stuff like that. It'd make this a lot easier, but nope. Nope. And then spawn an enemy. Perfect. When you spawn the enemy, we have to get the enemy name. We need to create a enemy name correspondence index, which that sounds like a real fancy name. It's really not. I mean, all we're really doing here is just Spyco Green. Spyco Blue. Spyco Red. And this allows me to, find I got Sonic 3D Blast music stuck in my head. Specifically, it's Saturn. Then we're going to do a switch on integer. I mean, that could be useful for debug, but I'm probably already gonna know by then. The first one is Spyco Green. Big spawn act. I mean, get world transform. I'm gonna try. Well, here's the thing. We're gonna promote this to a variable, actor spawn class. With this, I could pretty much make it whatever I want. Man. Anyways, whatever. What is this default pin? I don't want to use a sequence pin. I could, but I don't want to, because there's a slight chance it could create a bug. It could soft lock the game. It could crash the game. Sequence, I can time it. Oh, sorry. Oh, need a stretch. I can do a sequence where I can, make it a I can do a sequence where instead of connecting like a function to the end of all of these, I could instead do a sequence, but if the switch on int takes too long and it moves on to the spawn, it's going to give an error and it's going to soft lock the game.